What's up, you movie collecting maniacs, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and it is time for another Quickie movie haul. This one is... It's been a long time in the making. The pile is just out of control at this point. I gotta get all these out, so I'm gonna try to do a whole bunch of these ones, and hopefully the pile that I have over here for future videos does not fall over and kill me. But yeah, it's been a pretty lucrative time in the movie collecting biz for myself, and got a lot of amazing films. So let's just dive right in and show them off, shall we? But let's go with this one that I picked up recently at Best Buy. Couldn't pass it up. I don't believe I have this one on Blu-ray. I thought I did, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. I know I have it on DVD, but it's probably one of my favorite Rob Zombie films, and it is the new 20th anniversary edition of House of a Thousand Corpses. And because of the awesome artwork and just the box set and stuff like that, I could not pass this one up. Really, really cool artwork. Really beautiful stuff. And it comes with a whole bunch of things. As it should. It comes with the Blu-ray there. Then it also comes with a stack of kind of like these character cards with different artwork on it. And then a big poster, which I'm not going to unfold, but there's part of it. And just a cool little case with a lot of awesome artwork. But it's always been a favorite of mine. I have fond memories of seeing this one in the theaters. Oh, and I also forgot too. It's got a book. It was hiding on me. But a cool little book with stills from the movies. Really cool stuff. Nice little keepsake there. But as I was saying, like, I have fond memories of seeing this movie in the theaters with friends. The thing that sticks out to me the most is I think we drove like an hour and something away in Ohio, I believe, and we saw the film in the theaters, and there was an old senior citizen couple, really old ancient people, up in the front row, and we're like, oh, they must be diehard horror fans or something like that. They made it through the first scene where Captain Spaulding kills those robbers, and then throughout the whole credit sequence, with like porn images and stuff like that flashing and grotesque gore, and then after the title sequence ended, they got up and left. So I don't know what movie they thought they were supposed to be in. It definitely wasn't House of a Thousand Corpses. So that one always sticks out in my memory. But really fun time, just a really cool surreal film. A whole bunch of different hodgepodge of elements of horror in there. But I kind of just like the weird Texas Chainsaw Massacre style to it, and the over-the-top characters, and how it kind of delves into some surreal stuff. Really vibrant stuff too. They captured the kind of flavor of the film with the artwork there. But really glad I picked this one up, and it's officially back in the collection, because I swear that I bought this one, the Blu-ray, like the original Blu-ray that came out like years and years ago, but I just can't seem to find out where the hell it went. But I got it in the collection now, so no worries. But let's move it on to a movie that I am very curious about. It just was released by Raro Cinema Art Visions, a kind of like a small distributor. But the movie is a sci-fi 60s or 70s. I think it's a 70s one. Italian 1966 film. And it's got that kind of groovy kind of aspect of what space travel would look like. But really got a lot of style, it looks like, from the trailer. And I'm excited to check it out, because I love just science fiction movies of this era. And the weirder the better. And this one looks weird. But it is Star Pilot. And I believe it goes by another name. I don't know if it's on the box anywhere. 2+5 Mission Hydra. But very interesting looking film, and right up my alley in that kind of 60s, early 70s science fiction view of the future. Got a lot of like Planet of Vampires, or that Mario Bava film that kind of has that kind of look to it too. Really, really interesting. I'm just looking forward to checking it out because it always kind of like throws me for a loop when I see movies that I've never even knew existed. And this one's got a new 4K restoration to it, so maybe I will check it out today because I have a lot of time on my hands. But yeah, Star Pilot, groovy. But let's move it on to a fun double feature put out by Scream Factory. I actually watched this one a couple weekends ago at the cottage. I had a huge movie marathon where I think I watched a combination of 13 movies in like 2 days. The movies in this double feature are Ghoulies 1 and Ghoulies 2. And it had been a long time since I've seen these movies. I watched them when I was a kid. The second one freaked me out a lot, just at the amusement park scene where the Ghoulies are driving around the bumper cars and running people over. I thought that would happen to me for some reason. But really fun movie. I think I like the second one better. It's kind of a more complete, well-rounded film with a lot of cool characters in it. Ghoulies is interesting because, I mean, it's interesting. But Ghoulies 2 is my favorite, and really had a fun time revisiting these ones. And just a great double feature. Glad I picked it up finally, and they're in the collection. And yeah, I didn't say that. Star Pilot, first time in the collection. I don't think it's ever been released anywhere in the U.S. And I don't think I've ever had Ghoulies in the collection in DVD format, so now they are in Blu-ray. So I remedied that. But really fun films. I was debating on doing a review for Ghoulies 2, but we will see if I have enough gas in the tank to be able to tackle that review. Well, let's move it on to another wacky film. This one's a science fiction film, a throwback to kind of the 50s, 60s sci-fi. It's based off a comic strip, I think. The movie is Tim Burton's overlooked and weird as hell film. It is Mars Attacks. And what a weird ass film. But I think what I have come to appreciate it is that it is just that weird. There are so many characters. The cast is just astounding, and just a lot of weird stuff happens in this. Weird, odd stuff. And I remember when I actually saw this in theaters when it came out. I think I went with my family, and my mom was just like, what the hell is this? But yeah, Mars Attacks, ridiculous movie, very brutal, very odd, unforgiving. But yeah, Mars Attacks. I've never actually owned this one in any format somehow. It kind of just passed me by. But I think I picked it up when I saw Red Letter Media's kind of coverage of it. Kind of sparked my interest and renewed appreciation for the film. But I definitely want to sit down and check it out again because it's just a crazy cast. Like I said, people just pop up and you totally forget that they were even in the movie. There's just so many people. But yeah, fun, bizarre flick. But next up is an interesting film. It's one of those cheery rape revenge films. But this one, I always get it mixed up. Well, I'll show you what it is, and then I'll tell you why I always get it mixed up. But the movie is the infamous and cult classic Thriller. This one is very interesting. I know a lot of people have huge expectations when watching it for the first time, because of just how the infamy of the film has just gained more and more notoriety over the years. But it's pretty tame in parts unless you're watching the other version. I believe the Thriller version is the kind of cut version. I always get it backwards. They call her One Eye, I believe it is called. Yeah, they call her One Eye, and I think that's the one that has the very, very hardcore naughty bits in it. And I think Thriller is the more toned down version. But I could have got that backwards. I don't know. I remember I picked up the DVD version of it years and years ago, and I think I watched the uncut version, and I was just kind of repulsed of how just sudden those hardcore parts are in there. So I was just like, I don't know about that. So I want to check out the actual cut version, just because I don't really need that hardcore stuff in there. But yeah, really cool kind of style throughout the film. Just a great lead. Christina Lindberg just does a fantastic job in this one. I know she's known for more kind of hardcore and softcore kind of films, but this was the one that kind of put her on the map. And I believe this has both films in there, both cut and uncut ones. I always get it backwards of which one's which. But yeah, Thriller is a must-have for any cult classic fan out there. Really love the film. Gonna watch it again to kind of see the uncut version, to see how it pairs with my mind from when I saw it years ago, the Naughty Bits version. But Thriller, awesome film, and definitely earns its kind of legendary status. But let's move it on to another movie. I could have sworn I showcased this one off, but I don't think so. We'll just do it again because I don't remember. It's been a while since I did a Quickie movie haul video. But it's Evil Dead Rise. And I already have separate video kind of delving into my love of the Evil Dead franchise and my direct thoughts after watching the movie in theaters. And it's a pretty interesting video, so check that one out if you haven't. But I do like this one a lot. It doesn't hold a candle to the original 3 movies, but it's still on par with the remake, and it's got that same kind of Evil Dead style, but not really, just because it doesn't have the Sam Raimi touch. But yeah, I picked it up because I'm a fan of the Evil Dead franchise, and I do think this is a very entertaining, fun movie. I think if it wasn't titled or associated with the Evil Dead, I think it would have done a lot better in fans' eyes, just because it is a hard kind of name to live up to. It's such a legendary franchise, and people hold these films close to their heart. And this one's just a really solid horror film with some great characters. They didn't rub me the wrong way. Some memorable scenes, and just great atmosphere. Evil Dead Rise. But what else we have? 2 more to go. All right. Well, next up is a movie that came out a few years ago. There's a sequel coming out next month in August that I'm kind of looking forward to because it's ridiculous looking. But the movie is The Meg. And The Meg 2 Barrier Reef, or what, something Reef, I can't remember what the hell it's called. That one comes out in August. This one, I revisited this one recently. I don't know if it was on one of the streaming services, but I had some time on my hands and checked it out again. And yeah, it's just dumb fun. Dumb fun with a giant shark. And how can you go wrong? It's got Jason Statham in it. He does a great job. There's a lot of... It's a hard movie to explain because it's like a comedy in parts, it's a thriller in parts, a horror movie in parts, and just a all-around adventure. But it looks like the sequel's going to kind of go more into that tongue-in-cheek kind of humor. But yeah, fun, ridiculous, and harmless movie. Just sit back and be entertained. It's nothing too serious. But The Meg, first time in the collection, and happy it's finally there. And hoping to see that movie when it comes out. But last but definitely not least is a very, very strange film that has always been... I've always had a soft spot for. I first saw it when MST3K, Mystery Science Theater 3000, did a riff on it. And the lines that they came up with in it just stuck with me to this very day. And then I had the chance to watch it, the actual movie that they riffed it on. The movie is Extraterrestrial Visitors. I know it goes by a whole bunch of other movie names because it is an Italian movie. But this is directed by the same guy that directed the Italian slasher film Pieces, if anyone's ever seen that one. The director's name is... Oh, I cannot see. Juan Piquer Simon. Interesting character, to say the least. There's actually a behind-the-scenes documentary on his kind of rise throughout Spanish cinema. He's kind of a legend over there. But this movie's insane. It's pretty much the ripoff of kind of like the E.T. So a kid finds a little alien and tries to keep him secret. But there's a lot of weird Italian things mixed in there. There's a rock band of young teens that are there. They get mixed up in this. And just the weird thing about this movie is that every single person is a dickhead. And that was entertaining alone. They just treat each other like shit. But there's a lot of deaths in this movie too. Like the little guy, they call him Trumpy, this little weirdo. I don't even know if there's a picture of him. Little Trumpy here with the devil eyes. Trumpy, he gets hatched out of an egg and found by this little shit right here. And then he takes him home. And all kinds of weird little antics happen. But then the mother is trying to find this little kid. I think it's the mother. It's just another alien that was already hatched. And this thing is just going on a killing spree. And it's a dumb little midget. It looks like Alf. So Alf is just running around in the woods, murdering hunters and these rock teen kids. And it's just asinine. It is totally asinine. And if you've ever seen Pieces, the kid that plays Kendall in Pieces is in this movie. Total dickhead in this one. But the movie's awesome. I enjoyed the music. I think there's even a CD soundtrack in here. Why the hell this movie came with a CD soundtrack, I have no idea. But it just baffles me. This whole thing baffles me that Severin put this one out in pristine condition with a soundtrack and gave love to such a stupid movie. But a stupid and entertaining movie. The Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie title for that, it was called Pod People. I don't know if that was just a US release, but this one is the Extraterrestrial Visitors, and it is just fun. It's ridiculous. I think I might review this one just because I had such a fun time with it. And strangely enough, like I watched the MST3K version so long ago, but when I was watching the movie in its original form, I was remembering every single scene and line from the movie, and then line that they would use as joking around. It's just odd film. I recommend it if you like weird stuff. I mean, I got a real strong Mac and Me vibe, and I am like a huge fan of Mac and Me. That movie cracks me up like no other movie. But yeah, Extraterrestrial Visitors, hell yeah, I recommend it. This is probably one of my favorite Severin releases in a long time, oddly enough. But that's it for this video. I have a lot to talk about in all these ones, but a lot of great stuff, and yeah, got a lot more great stuff to come, so stay tuned. I'm probably going to just crank one out right after this one just to get them going. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well, and hope you're staying out of trouble and having a great summer. I saw the new Mission Impossible, pretty decent, long as hell. Probably should have been cut down a little bit, and I don't know if it was the theater I was in or the intensity of the movie, but I was sweating my ass off the last 30 minutes of the movie. I don't know if they turned the air off or what, but a decent film. Did not see Indiana Jones, will not give Disney any more of my goddamn money. They can rot in hell, and what they did to Indiana Jones in that movie is pure evil. But see you guys later. I will see you the next time I'm in front of a camera talking about movies. And yeah, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and get the hell on out of here. See ya.